This is analysis of Mr. Wiegand's freestyle. Excellent job of slingshotting himself into that start. What I'd like to see him do is really focusing on tightening up this streamline. As we can see, there's a little bit of space in between his head and his ears right here. We want to make sure he's really squeezing those ears with his arms. Excellent breakout. Very good elbow bend. It does a great job of not allowing his breathing to disrupt his stroke rate. That's very important for keeping a high body position in the water. Comes through the turn. We want to make sure we push off flat on our back on this flip turn. We don't want to flip over onto our stomach before we push off because we're going to waste time flipping over onto the stomach. We want to make sure we just push off flat on our back and then kick ourselves over onto our stomach. Nice job of not breathing right out of the turn. We want to make sure we maintain that top speed off the start and the turn by not taking a breath right away. Good body position, good head position. And make sure after we take this breath, anytime we take a breath, we want to make sure we lock our head right back into the same position. We don't want to let it rock back and forth after we take that breath to recover. Make sure that we keep that body position and head position still to maintain our maximum speed. This is underwater analysis of Mr. Wiegand's freestyle. So as we can see here, he's a little bit deep off the start. He does a decent job of bananaing back up, making sure he turns this streamline into a banana like this to help him get back to the surface, but he can do so sooner. So the other thing we would really like to see him do is make sure that he keeps those hands tight together in a streamline. Okay, we don't want those hands sneaking apart from time to time. We got to keep those fingers locked, that thumb locked over the top of the hand in a tight streamline so we keep that body position tight. We see excellent body position, excellent head position here. What we do see though is Ben allows his head to rock back slightly from side to side. We don't want to allow that to happen. We want it to be a free-floating body that's perfectly still at all times, except when we take a breath. Alright, when we come through on this turn, we want to make sure we come over flat on push-off flat on our back right here. We don't want to drop our elbow and twist over onto our stomach before we push off. That's a lot of wasted time. So we want to get into and off the wall as soon as possible and then kick our way back onto our stomach. Alright, additionally, especially as we start to get tired, but at all points during the stroke, we want to make sure we really keep our our hand ahead of our elbow. He does a pretty darn good job of this right here. As we can see, as he goes on, he keeps that hand very low. This is an excellent job. Very difficult to do, and he does it very well. Good body position. The most important thing that he can learn to do is make sure not to cross over on his kick. As we can see right here, his ankles cross when he kicks, and that allows him to rotate his hips, but it prevents him from kicking through the full motion of his kick. And as a result, he doesn't develop or generate nearly as much power as he's capable of. So we want to make sure we get out of the habit of crossing over when we kick. It's a bad habit that's going to decrease the efficiency of our kick and allow us to swim with less power.